Hey, I'm back. It's been 30 days since I started the curly girl method, and this is what happened. A big thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this season of videos on my channel, but I'll get to that later. So going curly, if you haven't seen my previous video, go watch that and this one will make a lot more sense. Now let's get one thing straight. This has not been easy, and I'm far from being done with the curly girl method. So here's a visual representation of how my month has been. This is how many good hair days I've had. 7 out of 30 days that I've enjoyed my hair. 3 of those days, might I add, have been days I've filmed a video, which frankly goes to show that what you see in a video is never the whole picture. This is what the rest of the time looks like. Yellow is meh, it's okay hair days. Orange and red are bad hair days. Oh, and here's some things you should know. My blood test came back. I have no vitamin or mineral deficiencies, so no problems there. And yes, I do realize my hair is wavy rather than curly. A lot of people seem to get mad when I say curly, but I'm gonna use the word curly a lot because this is the curly girl method. Also, what I'm about to show you is not my official hair care routine. I'm still figuring out what works best for my hair, so keep in mind you are watching an experiment. Hair care is an interest of mine. I enjoy learning about it and improving my hair and sharing my findings. There's nothing wrong with caring for your hair in this way, and don't let anyone tell you different. So before we go into detail, here's the basic routine I followed. The wash routine, about twice a week. Curly girl method washing technique using boucle. Scrunching out the water using a microfiber towel. Clipping up my hair for volume. Scrunching in gel, this one and sometimes this one. Mostly air drying. Occasionally diffusing on a low air, low heat setting. And occasionally using Treat scalp spray for hair growth. The day routine. Every morning, bar a couple of off days. Spritzing filtered water in my hair and re-scrunching the curls. And about halfway through the month, I realized sectioning my hair worked better. Daily care. I let it be. I've mostly worn it down to help my curl pattern find itself throughout the month. I avoid touching my hair. I haven't been splitting or picking my ends. No dry brushing except for very gently when wet and conditioned, and no heat styling. I've never heat styled my hair daily anyway, so there's not much change here, but I made a video in January where I straightened my hair twice in 1 month while experimenting, and people seemed to assume that I do this every day. Just to clear that up, I don't heat style my hair every day. I never have. I heat style about 3 to 5 times a year for special occasions for the past 4-ish years. Before that, I never heat styled. So if you're gonna try to tell me that my hair is heat damaged, you are way off. And if you're one of those annoying people that goes around telling people to never use heat, I think I speak for all of us when I say goodbye. We will do what we want with our own hair. Moving on. Nighttime. Every night I use Lorraine Massey's Curly Girl approved unicorn technique, which is wearing a loose ponytail on top of the head, which maintains volume and avoids flattening the curls. So in my last video, I was about to make my first ever website with Squarespace. So I'm going to show you what I've created so far. So I'm making my website to showcase my work as an actor. So kind of like a portfolio for employers to view, which is so important. Here's my main page so far. And if we go up here, we can edit it. You can also add videos. So of course I've added in my show reel, which is also really important. I've also added in a photo gallery to display some of my other headshots. And then down here, I've added in a little section about the theatre company I'm a part of, Rigor Mortis Tortoise. And then at the bottom, I've put some social media. And then you can just add in whatever you want. And they have all these templates, which are automatically so clean and beautiful. So it's pretty much impossible to look sloppy. So if you've been thinking of creating a website for yourself, you can start with Squarespace with 10% off. Just use the code IsabellaDemarko and the link is in the down bar. So week 1, following the method and daily routine as normal. This is my second wash with boucle. I diffused for I'd say at least 10 minutes. It's so curly. Whoa, man. It's curling well, but nothing special to report, and I'm not impressed with the plastic clips and eagerly awaiting the metal ones to arrive. Week 2. This was a tough week, not only for my hair, but emotionally as well. Starting off the week with a hot mess, which couldn't be revived, I decided to put my hair in braids. This is my hair after wearing braids all of yesterday and last night. Took them out this morning. It's now midday. It is 4th day hair, so it's pretty greasy, but I thought that my curl pattern would get really confused by the braids, but actually the braids pattern has stayed in really well. This is not too bad of a hair day. It could be better. There is still like a halo of frizz here. It's now like 4 hours later. I've literally just been sat at my desk doing nothing, so my hair does frizz up even from doing nothing. It's a little frustrating, but it could be worse. Like, it doesn't look that bad. For the next wash, I thought I'd try sleeping in the gel cast and scrunching it out the next day, which worked pretty well. I'm now about halfway into the day, so by not scrunching last night, it really helped preserve my curls, because now I've woken up and it looks like I've washed it and dried it today. I definitely feel like putting in a little bit more gel is helping define the curls a little bit more. I'm gonna see how it works if I just don't scrunch my hair at all, and how well it preserves my hair. This is my hair after a bad night's sleep, so my curls have not stayed intact. I did my usual really loose ponytail on top of my head, but I moved around a lot. It just came out in the night because obviously it's so loose, because I don't want to like damage my curl pattern by having a tight ponytail. It's third day hair without scrunching, but obviously the gel's come out now. But then build up starts to occur. The washes became less effective, and I just so happened to be reaching burnout as well this week, so it just made everything worse. Bad hair mixed with a bad mood. Let's just say it was a down week and very frustrating. I washed my hair last night with the Bouclem, and I just don't think it quite washed my hair to the standard I needed, because it's looking like third or fourth day hair, and I washed it yesterday. The roots are, you can see they're kind of clean. I really tried to wash it, like get in there, but it just feels really heavy and sticky and stiff. So I'm gonna have to wash my hair again. I scheduled to film a video this morning, which I now cannot do because I've got to wash my hair again. Sometimes it means that I cannot get my videos done on time. It's dried really weird. This whole section here is like, look at it. I don't know what has happened here. This side is slightly better. I washed it all upside down. Scrunched it with microfiber towel upside down. I flipped it back over normal way and tried to scrunch it again. When you flip your hair different way, the curls kind of came untacked. I don't know how people manage to do that. I see people do it all the time, but I guess it just doesn't work for my hair. It is kind of disheartening when your hair doesn't turn out like how you want. I tried pin curling, which didn't turn out great. I also tried pin curling my ponytail overnight, which also didn't turn out great. I attempted to film the ponyo video 3 days in a row, but each time I felt too down to film. And because of this, I go about 2 days without scrunching. I decided to like finger curl some of my curls and just pin them up dry. Okay, so that's interesting. I think it might be because I curled them dry. Very confusing. This one looks pretty, but it doesn't match the rest of my hair. So like there's 2 bits here, and then all of this in the middle is just like crappy. I'm struggling. My hair's been really frustrating. I was actually meant to film a video, my ponyo video today, and I didn't do it because I actually got really upset. Not just about my hair, but you know, just sometimes life gets you down and you don't feel like doing the things you had to do that day. I went for a walk instead, and yeah, don't want to get too deep, but yeah, I feel all right now. It's morning after trying out a new sleeping style. Okay, so it's not looking good. But I'm gonna let the curls drop a bit and I'll be back later. My hair has calmed down. I've put it back into the middle part, and it actually looks really nice from the front. However, it's looking pretty terrible from the back, as always. You know, I think my goal for this hair journey is just for my hair to look nice from the back. Luckily, by the start of week 3, I find my mojo again. I set up my camera and I filmed the ponyo video, and my hair looked pretty decent. Week 3 was a week of experimenting and a lot of confusion. Washed my hair curly girl method yesterday, and I don't know why, but for some reason it didn't work so well. Very bizarre, because so far every time I've done it, it's turned out differently. This is the back. So I'm going to attempt to wet and scrunch my hair, and we'll see what we can do. My hair is completely wet now. I scrunched it in each section, and the curls are starting to regain, which is nice. It seems as though my hair's come back to life. I've put these clips in it just to give a little bit of volume at the top. The curls have completely come back, but wetting it really helped this morning. I figure out that sectioning my hair to add gel and scrunch leads to slightly more defined curls. I also start using aloe vera gel, which didn't hold my curls as well as the curl jelly, but I've heard so much good stuff about it and it worked really nice with my hair nonetheless. Then finally my duckbill clips arrive. I start clipping up my roots, which worked much better, and I really enjoy the lifted look at the front of my hair. Still struggling with incohesiveness and frizz though. Week 4. The first half of the week not much changed and I found my hair to be a bit dull, and after 2 mornings of no spritzing and scrunching, my hair became very straight. I then got bored, cut my thin bangs back in, and on day 30 I wash, air dry and pin curl some of the top layers, which came out really good. The curls were bouncy and the new bangs gave it a lot more volume and dimension. So strangely enough, day 30 was probably the best hair day of the month. That brings us to today. Okay, this is my hair after spritzing and scrunching. I've noticed that spritzing and scrunching does bring my curls back, but sometimes it can make my hair look a little stringy. I have tried to be more gentle with the way I scrunch. It just looks a little stringier than yesterday. I'm not really sure what to do about that. But what I do like about today's hair is that it's actually really glossy and bouncy, whereas some days I find that it's really dull and frizzy. So it's really odd. Maybe it's just my hair is just starting to take to the Bouclem products, and maybe that's the reason. Maybe all the aloe vera gel I put in last week has kind of seeped in. It's not really too greasy. Like, it still feels slightly heavy, but I like the heaviness because my hair is usually very dry and light and like weightless. It's nice to have some heaviness to my hair. It's clean and the roots are glossy. I feel like some people might not like this who want more volume, but as you can see, I've still managed to get volume at the front just by trimming some of these front bits and also clipping them up. In conclusion, do I feel my hair has changed? Yes, it seems to be sitting and falling in a different way, and it's grown quite a bit. It's still dry and frizzy at times, but it definitely feels more nourished. Has it got curlier? Ever so slightly, but every day is different. Some sections are more curly than others, and the strange thing is it still dries curly no matter what I do, but a couple days in it can go straight if I haven't been scrunching it. Thoughts on Bouclem? I don't think this is for everyone, but I don't mind it. They have no scent and the cleanser is pretty much the same consistency and ingredients as the conditioner, so it felt more like a co-wash. I had to really scrub at my scalp to get the grease out, which I learned about halfway through the month. After the first few washes, my roots felt quite heavy due to it being so conditioning, but I think my hair started to get used to it by the end of the month, and I didn't mind too much because my hair is so dry, it needs it. But if I was using an oil treatment, I would need to use a stronger foaming shampoo to get it out. Will I continue the curly girl method? Despite the amount of work and bad hair days, yes, because I think it's generally much healthier for my hair. I have noticed a positive difference and I'm curious to see how much it will improve. Also, what better time than lockdown to experiment with your hair? So I guess we'll see what my hair is saying at the 2-month mark. Until then, happy hair journey and stay well. Bye.